All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. December 18th, we got 7 NBA games to jump into today. Before we do that, I want to talk about last night. We end up going 1-2. The Grizzlies come through for us, but the Hawks get blown out. We had them -2, and then the Charlotte Hornets could not keep it close enough with the Blazers. We had them +2.5, and they lost as well. So there's our 1-2 night. Grizzlies being the only team that came through and covered for us. It's our first negative night in 4 nights or so I can't be too bummed, but I do want to get back on the win train. Hopefully tonight we do that. But before we get into tonight's games, I want to say thank you. We did end up hitting 5,000 subscribers. I know I talked about it in last video and said, hey, we might hit it by next video. Here we are. We hit 5,000 subscribers. Actually, as of right now, we stand at 5,092 subscribers, so gained over 100 subscribers yesterday, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, that's so crazy to say out loud, so thank you guys so much. We're not stopping here. We're continuing to grind, continuing to do our thing, but I do want to acknowledge the milestone of 5,000, and we're going to do some sort of a giveaway. Still working on it, but I promise you guys we'll do a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I think we're going to lean in the direction like Calling Our Shot does. I love Austin's play there of, you know, when he hits a milestone number, they do a parlay and then give away the winnings if it hits to someone in the chat, which would be like a $5,000 parlay. So we might do something like that, but keep an eye on these videos for the giveaway. I'll keep you guys updated, but I wanted to say thank you for 5,000 subscribers, and yeah, we'll see what the giveaway is. We might go with the Calling Our Shot route there, because I do think that's a great idea that he has. But let's jump into tonight's games here. We're starting off with the Pistons hosting the Rockets. Pistons 1-point favorites here at home. The Rockets, yes, they were the hottest team for a little while. They're 15-13 against the spread this year. This Pistons team 13-14 against the spread. I think the only reason Pistons are favored here is because the Rockets have a lot of injury concerns right now. Christian Wood's questionable. House is out. Porter Jr. is out. Brooks is questionable. He left last game. And Green is out indefinitely as well. Detroit side of things, no true new injuries. Grant's out indefinitely. That's going to hurt them. But I mean, even when he plays, they're a bad team, so I don't know how much we want to read into that. I still lean Houston here, keeping an eye on that injury report. You'd obviously want like one of those questionable guys to play, but this is a psycho game. I got to get like a sound drop on the soundboard here to say psycho game alert, because when two bad teams play each other, my theory is anything can happen. And then you guys always say in the comments, no, I know it's going to happen. And somehow some of you psychos in the comments are right. So make sure to drop a comment if you have a play on this game. To me, I lean slightly towards Houston, hoping to see some of these injuries turn into probables or whatnot. But I really don't have a strong feeling about this one. But guys, as always, keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where my final plays are going to be. We take you through each and every game on this channel. Give you my lean, give you where my head's at, give you what I'm thinking, but then in the pinned comment is going to be what I'm actually playing, what I'm risking my money on tonight. So I'll make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment throughout the day. Next up, we have my Boston Celtics hosting the New York Knicks here. Celtics, tough loss to Golden State. The Celtics are undermanned, or they were last night. They're given 4.5 points here, 4.5 point favorites at home against the Knicks. This Knicks team has been playing really bad basketball. They're 3-7 in their last 10. The Celtics, not much better. They've been super inconsistent as well, but I do expect them to bounce back and win this game. I might be biased. I'm a huge Celtics fan. Probably biased here. I don't know if I love the 4.5 number. I'm going to keep an eye on that line, but in terms of injuries, New York is really beaten up here. Barrett's out, Obi Toppin's out, Quickly's out, Knox is out, Derrick Rose is questionable. Celtics have a lot of question marks as well. Looks like someone fell asleep on the question mark button on their keyboard, because Al Horford's questionable, Schroeder's questionable, Jabari's questionable, Juancho Hernan-Gomez is questionable, Grant Williams is questionable, and Sam Hauser's questionable, all with health and safety protocols. So keep an eye on the injury report there. I would lean Celtics. I know. I always tell you guys I'm biased about these games with the Celtics because I'm a Celtics fan first, but I will say, you know, that number, if it moves, keep an eye on the injury report, because I do like this spot for the Celtics, even though they're on a back-to-back. I'll tell you guys when I don't like the spot for the Celtics. I just won't bet against them. Like last night, I said I think the Warriors probably have this one, which they end up covering, but I just can't bet against the Celtics. But this spot, I do like the Celtics in a little bit more than last night. Speaking of the Warriors, they're traveling over to Toronto here. And there's something here. I gotta look into this more. I was looking at the injury report. I was looking at what's going on. The Warriors are 9-point underdogs here against the Raptors. The Raptors are at home, but there must be a few guys that rumors are swirling right now that they're not going to play, obviously, because why is this Warriors team getting 9 points? So I'm going to keep an eye on this injury report. Right now, all I see is Poole is out, which we know with COVID-19. Klay Thompson's been out for forever, and James Wiseman's been out for forever. So I want to keep an eye on the injury report. clearly Vegas knows or the books know that someone's not playing, and maybe I'm just the dummy that missed a big tweet or something like Steph's not playing or something like that. But Golden State getting 9 points is like it looks like a trap to me, because if someone looks at this and at least the site that I'm using in terms of injury report and says, wow, they're 9 points, no injuries, I'm going to hammer it. Be patient here, because I think that obviously they must be sitting a bunch of guys if they're getting that many points. But either way, I would lean Golden State. I think that they're a better team than Toronto, but obviously I'm kind of waiting on some more information to come out here, so definitely keep an eye on the pinned comment to see where I make out on this game. Next up, we have the Nets taking on the Magic. The Nets only 1.5 point favorites here, and that is due to injuries. James Harden is out. Kevin Durant is out. Paul Millsap out. Marcus Aldridge out. Kyrie Irving out, Joe Johnson out, James Johnson out. Everybody on the Nets is out, pretty much. In Orlando, obviously, they've had their major health concerns and quarantine concerns. They have a bunch of guys out as well. I almost want to lead Orlando here. They're the away team, I get it, but this is such a wonky game for how many guys are out for both teams that I feel like the underdog wins this game. So Orlando's going to be my lean here. It's only 1.5 points. I kind of wish it was like 3 points, because they're still the Magic and the Nets are still the Nets, but I'm going to lean Orlando here plus 1.5 points. Next, we have the Thunder hosting the Clippers here. Thunder getting 5.5 points at home. Nicholas Batum on the Clippers is questionable. Serge Ibaka out. Paul George questionable. Obviously, you want to keep an eye on that. For OKC, Lou Dort has been upgraded to probable. This Thunder team, they surprise me sometimes. They're 16-11 against the spread. Against the spread at home, they have a positive record, 8-6. They're the rumbling, covering Thunder, and I think, honestly, if Paul George doesn't play, I'm all over the Thunder here, plus 5.5 at home. I like that spot. We'll see if it makes the final ticket, but that is definitely my lean. I think that this Clippers team, I feel like, has let me down in multiple spots, and this Thunder team, we've only taken them a few times on this channel throughout the season, and they've covered for us, so I got a soft spot for the Thunder here, even though they are a bad team. But I just don't really like putting my money in the Clippers' hands as of late, so I lean Thunder here, plus 5.5. That's a couple wild underdogs in a row, but hey, what are you going to do? Next up, we have the Bucks hosting the Cavs here. Bucks getting 2.5 points. Boy, this COVID stuff is taking over the NBA right now. Giannis going to be questionable here tonight with quarantine. Bobby Portis out. I feel like Giannis is probably not going to play if they are underdogs in this game. Like, someone might know something. If Giannis plays, I lean Bucks all day long. If Giannis doesn't play, I lean Cavs. Chris Middleton as well is questionable, so, that's a huge factor too. So if those two guys play, I would take this game up until Bucks, -3 or so. Right now, they're plus 2.5. So I think that, those two guys, if they get ruled in for whatever reason, that could swing the line, and I still would take it there. So I lean Bucks here, but those injuries are really the only thing that could convince me to play this. Next up, we have the Jazz hosting the Wizards here. Jazz -11. That's a big number, but this Wizards team has been nothing much as of late. They're 2-8 in their last 10. And this Jazz team coming off of a loss last night, a tough loss too. I do see them coming out here and sort of wanted to pummel the Wizards. So I lean Jazz here. It's a huge number. I might buy it down to 9.5 or something, kill the odds, but just make sure you get a 10-point win at least, or at double digits. But this Washington team, again, they are kind of on the downtrend, which, they started the season hot. They were at 1 point the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but they are just not getting it done as of late. They have not covered a game. They're 1-8-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. So, and Utah has covered plenty in their last 10 games. So I'm leaning Utah here. I know they had a tough back-to-back spot here, but I still lean them -11. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for the games for tonight. I know I blew through that. There's so many question marks out there. I get that it's bad. I don't want to say bad content, but it's tough to make content of, oh, well, I would take the Bucks if Giannis plays, if Middleton plays, but with all the quarantining, health and safety protocols and everything like that, like, it's making it hard to pick games, so I got to put those caveats in there. I hope you guys understand that and respect it. But let's move on to the shout-out of the day here. Shout-out of the day, we have Javante. Javante had the Warriors -2.5 cashed. Jazz money line, only one that didn't, just came so close, though. Timberwolves money line in Denver +3. It was easy money. He went 3-1 last night, which was way better than my 1-2. So shout-out to Javante, guys. If you don't know what the hashtag of the day is, I'm going to give you a hashtag in 2 seconds. All you got to do is give me your picks, give me your plays for the night in the comments. And if you have a positive night, if you have a winning night, you got a chance. I pick one at random to be shouted out in the next video, and Javante got picked for this video here. So shout out to Javante one more time here. Hashtag Friday was yesterday's hashtag. Today's hashtag of the day is going to be turn. Why turn? because I don't want to be a turnaround or bounce back. We've had 3 or 4 positive days in a row, and then we just had a 1-2 night last night. One of those games flops the other way, and poof, we're another positive night in the books. So this is more of like a let's turn and get back on the winning streak. You know what I mean? We veered off for one night. Let's turn and get back on. We don't need to turn around. As of late, we're not going the wrong direction, okay? But we got to turn back on the winning streak. So hashtag not churn, hashtag turn in the comments today, guys. And I will pick someone to be shouted out in the video tomorrow. Until then, peace out. Everyone enjoy their weekend and, stay safe, have fun. And, enjoy some NBA basketball, even though it seems like the entire league is dealing with quarantine and health and safety protocols. Enjoy some Saturday basketball. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.